Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got 13 matchups on this NFL slate today, so go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below, and go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay, guys. Get $10 in risk-free entries when you guys do sign up. And I also have my free NFL contest that you guys can enter. Top 3 players do get paid, so hop in there, guys. You have until the game starts, so go ahead and hop in. Only for the subscribers, and I will be announcing the winners each and every week, so go ahead and do that, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. 13 matchups, starting with the Atlanta Falcons versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas opening up as 8-point favorites with the over-under at 55. You can get Dallas on the money line at -160. Atlanta plus 330. The last 10 head-to-head, both teams are 5-5. Atlanta 6-4 covering in those 10. Atlanta coming off a 27-25 win over New Orleans. Dallas coming off a pretty embarrassing 30-16 loss against Denver. Atlanta 4-1 covering against Dallas here. 4-2 in their last 6. Atlanta playing really good football here in this last few weeks. Dallas still playing really good up until that Denver loss. Dallas 6-1 in their last 7, 7-1 covering in their last 8. I like the Cowboys here. Just a horrible performance last week. I think it's the perfect bounce back spot for Dallas and this offense that just really didn't show up last week. I like them to show up against this Atlanta defense that's not very good. And yeah, I like Dak to get back on track here and have a nice win for this Cowboys team. Next matchup, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. Bills opening up as 13-point favorites with the over-under at 47.5. You can get the Bills on the money line at -220. The Jets plus 530. The last 10 head-to-head, both teams 5-5. The Jets 6-4 covering in those 10. Bills coming off that 9-6 loss against the Jaguars. That was just insane. Last week was insane. They didn't even score a touchdown, which was unbelievable. Jets coming off a 45-30 loss against the Colts. Buffalo 10-5 in their last 15 against the Jets. 5-2 on the road against the Jets here. Jets 4-16 in their last 20, 2-7 covering in their last 9 games. Great bounce back spot for Buffalo. After last week, they're going to bring it this week against the Jets. If they somehow lose to the Jets here, then the NFL is just rigged. So we're taking the Bills. I think they're going to take it out, their anger out on this Jets team and beat them pretty good. Going to roll with Buffalo. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the New England Patriots. Patriots opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under at 45. You can get New England on the money line at -130. The Browns plus 125. The last 10 head-to-head, New England 8-2, 6-4 covering in those 10. Cleveland coming off a 41-16 win over the Bengals. New England coming off a 24-6 win over Carolina. Yeah, crazy. Patriots playing really good football, being the favorites here. They're going to be without Damian Harris, which does hurt. And then Cleveland, going to be without Nick Chubb. So that does definitely hurt them a little bit here. Cleveland 0-5 on the road against New England. Cleveland 1-7 in their last 8 against New England. New England 5-0 at home against Cleveland. Crazy. I mean, New England's on a nice little win streak here, a little 3-game win streak. I'm gonna roll with the Patriots here. I mean, playing really good at home. They've definitely dominated the head-to-head, they've dominated the head-to-head battle, the home battle. Playing good football. I know there's no Damian Harris, but they have enough backs, and Mac Jones is playing really good football here. And that defense is playing good. Probably slow down the run game for the Browns. Yeah, we're going to take New England on the money line here. I think it's going to be a close game, so we're going to roll with the Patriots. All right, next matchup, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh opening up as 8-point favorites with the over-under at 42.5. You can get Pittsburgh on the money line at -180. Detroit plus 305. Last 10 head-to-head. Pitt 6-1. Detroit's 4-3 covering in those 7 matchups. You know, Detroit coming off a 44-6 loss against Philly. Currently 0-8. I mean, just playing horrible football here. 0-5 against Pittsburgh. 0-5 on the road right now. 0-9 on the road against Pittsburgh as well. Keep it pretty simple. Roll them with the Steelers. This defense is just going to be too much for this Lions offense that struggles to score. Yeah, we're going to take Pittsburgh here for sure. Next matchup, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. Colts opening up as 10.5-point favorites with the over-under at 47.5. You can get the Colts on the money line at -190. Jaguars plus 360. The last 10 head-to-head, Jags 6-4, 8-1-1 covering in those 10. Jags coming off a 9-6 win over Buffalo. The Colts coming off a 45-30 win over the Jets. I mean, Jaguars, they got a nice win over Buffalo. You can't really deny that. But, you know, couldn't score a touchdown. The offense was horrible. Only field goals. Scored 7 points the week before, 6-9 last week. I mean, not getting it done offensively. Colts, they've looked really great. I mean, their last 4 games, 45 points, 31, 30, 31. Colts can score. Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over this team. Jags 0-10 on the road right now. Yeah, give me the Colts -10.5. And definitely love them for a money line addition as well. Next matchup, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Tennessee Titans. Titans opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 44. You can get the Titans on the money line at -135. The Saints plus 130. The last 10 head-to-head, Titans 5-2, 4-2-1 covering in those 7. The Saints coming off a 27-25 loss against the Falcons. And then the Titans coming off a huge win over the Rams, 28-16, currently on a 5-game winning streak. Yeah, you know, Saints, they just didn't get it done offensive. No, I wouldn't say they didn't get it done offensively, but, you know, losing to Atlanta, you know, they really just didn't get it done there. No Alvin Kamara, that's going to hurt for sure. Titans 7-1 covering in their last 8. I like the Titans on a 3-point spread. Going to take them by the half a point, get them at -2.5. And we'll take Tennessee on the money line here. Playing really hot coming off that Rams game. I like them to bring that momentum in here against the Saints. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Washington football team. Tampa Bay opening up as 9.5-point favorites with the over-under at 51. You can get Tampa on the money line at -170. Washington plus 360. The last 10 head-to-head, both teams 5-5. Washington 5-4-1 covering in those 10. Bucks coming off a 36-27 loss against the Saints. Washington coming off a 17-10 loss against Denver. Tampa Bay 10-2 in their last 12 on the road. 14-2 in their last 16. Washington's been struggling on a 4-game losing streak. 10, 13 points in their last 3 games. That's not going to get it done against this Tampa Bay offense. That's going to put up a lot of points. Give me the Bucks -9.5. A lot of these are pretty cheap money lines. -170. I mean, hammer that. Bucks are going to destroy Washington. Next matchup, we have the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as 10.5-point favorites with the over-under at 44. You can get the Cardinals on the money line at -450. Carolina plus 400. The last 10 head-to-head, Carolina 7-3. 7-3 covering in those 10. Carolina coming off a 24-6 loss against the Patriots. Then Arizona coming off a 31-17 win over San Francisco. No Sam Darnold, so Walker is going to be the starter. Don't believe Cam Newton should see any action. I don't know. That'd be pretty exciting. But, yeah, you know, Kyler and Hopkins are questionable. That's kind of the big question mark here. Arizona, 8-1 in their last 9. 6-1 covering in their last 7. I like the Cardinals here. Even without Kyler, Colt McCoy still got the job done. James Conner's been a beast. PJ Walker, I just don't think he's going to get the job done here. Christian McCaffrey might have a pretty good game, but even he had a good game last week and they had 6 points. Give me the Cardinals, whether or not Kyler doesn't play. If he does, I think the line moves up a little bit more. Even without Kyler, I like the Cardinals here at -10.5, and mainly just a big money line addition to your parlays. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers opening up as 3-point favorites with the over/under at 53.5. You can get the Chargers on the money line at -165. Minnesota +150. The last 6 head-to-head, Minnesota's 4-2. 4-2 covering in those 6. Minnesota coming off a 34-31 loss against Baltimore. Chargers coming off a 27-24 win against Philly. Yeah, Minnesota riding that 2-game losing streak to Baltimore and Dallas. 4-8 in their last 12. They are 4-2 in their last 6 against the Chargers here. No Anthony Barr Sunday. That definitely hurts them a little bit on the defensive side. Chargers 9-3 covering in their last 12. 9-3 in their last 12 right now. 4-2 covering in their last 6. Yeah, going to buy the half a point. Get Chargers -2.5. And we're going to roll with Los Angeles. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Denver Broncos. Denver opening up as 1.5-point favorites with the over/under at 45.5. You can get Denver on the money line at -128. Philly +120. The last 6 head-to-head, both teams are 3-3. Denver's 4-2 covering in those matchups. Philly coming off a 27-24 loss against the Chargers. Denver coming off a 30-16 win over Dallas. Currently on a 2-game winning streak. Philly 1-4 covering in their last 5. 2-4 on the road. Denver 2-5 in their last 7 at home. 2-4 covering in their last 6. I like the Eagles +1.5. I'm just not sold on Denver. You know, they got a nice one over the Cowboys, but that game was just kind of weird, and Cowboys just really didn't even show up in that matchup. I like Philly. You know, kept it close in the Chargers game. They really could have won that, honestly. Yeah, we'll take Philly plus the points here, but not in love with this matchup. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over/under at 50. You can get the Packers on the money line at -170. Seattle +157. Packers 6-4 head-to-head, 7-2-1 covering in those 10 matchups. Seattle coming off a 31-7 win over the Jaguars. Packers coming off a 13-7 loss against the Chiefs, which they had no Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers does look good to go for this game, so that is good. Seattle 0-5-1 covering against Green Bay. 1-4 in their last 5 against Green Bay. Gonna buy a point, get Green Bay -2.5, and I'm rolling with Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. They've been great. Seattle, they just haven't been good at all, and we don't know how Russ is going to be with that finger. Is it going to affect his performance? I don't know, but we're going to roll with the Packers. Next matchup, we got Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over/under at 52. You can get the Chiefs on the money line at -140. The Raiders +125. Chiefs 8-2 in their last 10 head-to-head, 6-4 covering. Kansas City coming off a 13-7 win over Green Bay. The Raiders coming off a 23-16 loss against the Giants. Kansas City 6-1 in their last 7 against Vegas, 5-1 covering against Vegas on the road. I'm sorry, 5-1 just straight up on the road against Vegas. I like the Chiefs here, -2.5. I think that's the perfect spread. They really got to make a statement and get a nice win on this Sunday night. They've just been playing so bad. I mean, 13 points last week to a Packers team with no Rodgers. That's just crazy to me. Vegas coming off that Giants loss. I like Chiefs to get a nice win here. And if they don't win here tonight against the Raiders here, they're done. I mean, they're done. That's just simple like that. So I like the Chiefs to get a nice win to close out Sunday night. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. Rams opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 49. You can get the Rams on the money line at -180. The Niners +165. The last 10 head-to-head, the Niners 7-3. 7-3 covering in those 10. Rams coming off a 28-16 loss against Tennessee. The Niners coming off a 31-17 loss against Arizona without Kyler too, which that just doesn't look good for the Niners. Rams 5-1 on the road right now. Unfortunate, they did lose Robert Woods to an ACL, but Odell is going to play, so that'll be exciting. I like the Rams here. Going to buy a point, get a -2.5. I think that's the play. And I like them to get a nice rebound win after that loss, a pretty bad loss from Stafford last week. We're going to roll with the Rams. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.